Hi everyone. Hi, I'm using my shitty camera since I have the good one based up onto my knitting machine. Now I need to figure out how to... I just took a shower, hence why my hair is wet. But hello to everyone who is here. We're gonna be knitting today. Well, using a knitting machine. Knitting machine. Hopefully the chat starts to work on the screen. Okay. Seems like it's working now. Hello. Oh, thank you, Emily, for subscribing. YouTube has been pushing out my videos, finally. I have been making YouTube videos since 2010. And when I was in high school, YouTube pushed out my videos like consistently, and that's why I gained so many subscribers in that time period. And then I feel like for the past like 4 or 5 years, like this channel has just been like shit when it comes to my videos being pushed out. And I feel like, knock on wood, I feel like YouTube's finally starting to push out my videos again because I'm getting a lot new subscribers. I'm getting a lot more, words are hard. A lot more people saying that they're like a new subscriber, a new viewer. And my reading channel video has like 22,000 views in the first like 4 days. And I've gained like almost 1,000 subscribers in the past 4 days on my reading channel. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna take it. One of my goals for this year was to just grow my YouTube a lot more, and the first videos I post in the new year are getting really good views. So you know what? I'm gonna take that as a sign. Spectra, please. What are you doing? Hello. We've got someone from Switzerland and New Zealand here. That's cool. My hair is wet. I had to take a shower because my hair was super dirty and I didn't want to come on a live stream with like the most... Look at my roots, guys. Woo! Look at those. Oh, terrible. My hair's been growing really fast because I've been putting collagen and taking biotin every day again. So my hair's been growing crazy. Like this is just a couple weeks, like a week or 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks worth, because I bleached my hair like 3 weeks ago. I'm in the process of making a sweater, but I have to, I'm a beginner. Yesterday was the first time I've ever tried to use this knitting machine, guys. And I'm gonna show you what I've made already. It took me 12 hours yesterday to figure out how to make one panel. 12 hours. I wish I was being dramatic. I'm not. 12 hours. It took me to do this, and let me show you. I made one panel for my sweater. I was messing up a lot. This machine drops stitches very easily, and I couldn't figure out like how to fix the stitches once they were dropped. It also kept bunching up the end stitches a lot, and I just could not figure out how to do it. And I think I slowly started to figure it out. So you can see, if I can show you an example. This side? Doesn't look too bad. Okay, here. On this side, you can see we're like at the beginning of the ends in this project. Like I kept dropping stitches, and then by the end, and then here's some more drop stitches where they kept bunching up. And then by the end of the project here, you can see where I figured out how to fix that issue because I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. And by the end of this panel, I was able to figure out like how to fix the issue happening because it just, yeah, but this side looks good. This side looks good. Because I was just having the issue with one side bunching up and dropping stitches. So I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to fix those issues. And I somewhat figured out how to do it. So this sweater is not going to be perfect, obviously, but I did one panel. This is supposed to be like the front of my body, and I know cotton stretches a lot, so hopefully it's big enough to stretch across the front half of my body, because like your girl is not a size medium, and like all of these YouTube tutorials I've been watching, these girlies are like a size extra small, and they're like, you just need to make one panel. I don't know if I'll be able to just make a panel for the front and the back, because your girl is not a small medium, so I don't know. And then I slip stitched the ends so they're not very stretchy. So, but yeah, this is like basically what I'm supposed to be doing is make one panel for the front, one panel for the back, and then 2 tubes for the sleeves, and then you're supposed to sew them all together. But I may have to make 2 smaller panels that'll go like on the sides of my body to hook to these front panels to make them where it fits me, because I don't really like tight stuff. Go away! Guys, why are you doing this? My cats are being weird. Why are you being weird? No! They're doing weird things. You guys didn't see? Because it was like right when I pressed record. Honestly, so embarrassing. I'm glad it wasn't on camera. But when I pressed go live on the live stream, I guess my chair seat got caught in the rug and my chair flipped forward, and my ribs hit the edge of my desk, so my ribs are like definitely bruising right now. I don't know if you can see how red my rib is right there. My ribs hit the front of the table, and then I flew back, and then my knee started bleeding. And the chair like flew back. The chair literally just went pew, like that. I'm so glad it wasn't caught on camera, because that would... I'm hurting. My ribs are hurting really bad. And now the cats are being weird, and they're like, they're overstimulating the fuck out of me right now. Go! They're like sniffing at the rug weird and like clawing at it, and they don't ever do that, so I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know, they may be acting weird. Okay, because it's about to thunderstorm, that's why the lighting is terrible, and that's why I decided to go live, because a really big storm is supposed to hit in the next like 30 minutes. So if I lose power and the stream goes out, just know we lost power. It's supposed to like, we're supposed to have like a snowstorm or something too, which like I live in Georgia, so like snow, what? But I'll take it. Am I having fun with the machine? We'll see. I wouldn't say it's fun. I'm so glad that I motivated you to do your laundry, because I need to motivate myself to do my laundry, because I have 4 loads of clean laundry that I need to put away, and I hate doing laundry more than anything. Also, the beginning of this year has already been really chaotic, so long story short, Saturday morning, things are about to get a little sad for a minute, but then we're gonna get to knitting. Because you guys know that my life is insane, so crazy things happen all the time. But, let me put this over here. On Saturday morning, my mom would not wake up. Obviously I don't live with my parents, so I don't know like all the little details, I just know what my sister told me. My mom would not wake up. So they had to call an ambulance, and they thought that she was having some like a stroke or something, and turns out she was overdosing or something like that, and they gave her Narcan, and she started to wake up. Long story short, she was not overdosing. She went to the hospital, she got treated. She's still being treated. She's still in the emergency unit at the hospital right now. But you know, all of these nurses and doctors and everything were trying to figure out like what was wrong with her, because her blood pressure is normally super high, but her blood pressure was like deathly low, like super low. And they did all of these like tests on her. They like drew more blood than I've ever seen somebody draw from somebody before. They drew all this blood. They did like a bunch of CT scans. They did all of this, blah, blah, blah. And she was diagnosed with RSV, pneumonia, and now the norovirus. So she has the norovirus, RSV, and pneumonia. I don't know how you can have all three of those things at once. And according to what a couple people have told me, and also from what like the doctors have said, is that the effects of RSV increase the side effects of opioids. And my mom takes oxycodone every single night because my mom has a lot of health issues, like a lot of health issues. So I'm not going to go through like the line of all the things that she has to take every day, but she's been taking the same opioids every night for the past 15 years. Like, she's not an addict. I want to make that very clear. It affects the side effects of opioids. So because she wasn't eating, she was vomiting, you know, having all of these issues, and then having RSV, when she took her opioids, it triggered her body to go into like overdose mode. So she was overdosing from the oxycodone, and that's why she only woke up to the Narcan, I don't know how you say it, but she's still in the hospital. She hasn't really gotten better. She got diagnosed with the norovirus yesterday, so she's still in the emergency unit. No one from our family, like none of us are allowed to go see her because she's incredibly contagious. So she's basically just being like locked up in this like hospital room by herself. My dad can't go see her, I can't go see her, and she's in a hospital that's like an hour away because they thought she was having a stroke. So they sent her to a hospital that has stroke specialists. So she's an hour away, so it's not like we can like easily go see her either. So she is gonna be in the hospital for probably a while. But she's alive. It was really scary. Like, the first thing I was told that morning was like, hey, mom won't wake up. I'm like, what do you mean she won't wake up? Like, I was told no other information from my sister other than mom will not wake up, we're going to the hospital. I was like, what do you mean? Like, obviously pick me up. Like, that was such an annoying message to get that morning. I'm not even gonna lie. That honestly, like, I know that my sister and my dad, like, they thought that she was dying, so maybe she was shaken up, but like, to text me, mom won't wake up, we're on our way to the hospital, that's all you're gonna give me. I was like, okay. No, I'm going to, like, So we were at the hospital, I don't know, for like 6 or 7 hours on Saturday, waiting for results, and she didn't really get results until probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8 p.m. Saturday night, so yeah. It's crazy. But she's alive, she's okay, she like can speak now, but she's going through it. So if you guys pray, if you are spiritual, even if you're not, just like keep my mom in your thoughts and prayers, because I can't even imagine the pain that she's going through right now, going through all three of those things. Because, and also, you guys need to start wearing masks again. Like, RSV is going around and the norovirus is going around, and those things are rough on your body. And especially with the norovirus, if you have a bad immune system, you need to be wearing a mask right now. Don't go out in public with big groups of people unless you absolutely have to, because that emergency room, guys, there was not one seat in that emergency room. There was not one seat available, and it was bad. So stay safe out there, wear a mask, like, don't go out unless you have to, because these sicknesses are going around really badly right now, especially here in Georgia. And if you have a bad immune system, it can kill you. So, not to make anybody panic, but It is rare for like a healthy adult to get RSV. My mom is not a healthy adult, so that's probably why she caught it. Usually RSV babies and older people get it, so yeah. Be safe. Be safe. It's brutal. Like, every single time my dad calls me, I like start to panic a little bit. I'm like, oh yes, wash your hands. I feel like that's common sense, I fear. But yes, wash your hands. Don't put your hands in your mouth. It's crazy. Like, I was like wearing my mask at the hospital and I was like trying to avoid people at all costs because I was just there to visit my mom and I didn't want to be around all the people in the emergency room. But like everyone in the emergency room were old too. That's what makes me sad. I didn't see like one young person. I didn't even know what the norovirus was until now. Like, I've never heard of it before. Apparently it's like a just extremely terrible stomach virus. But it can put you in the hospital because like people lose all of their fluids and people get super, super dehydrated because they're sick so much. So, yeah. And like, I have thyroid disease, so my immune system is like dog shit. Like, so I'm like, now that I have this like chronic illness, I am way more aware of like trying to stay healthier when I'm out. So if my throat starts hurting a little bit, I'm like, I mean, it sounds terrible. I've never even heard of it before until now, so. All right, I should probably move over to my other table now. I'm going to move this over here. And we're gonna try to figure out the best way to film this. Where should I put this? Here? What happened? Oh, that was weird. I don't know if I'll be able to like sit. I honestly don't want to fall in this chair again. That actually hurts so badly. Like, I love this chair, but it's very, very slidey. Okay, gotta get my yarn out. Gotta get my waste yarn. I learned how to use waste yarn. And honestly, that made it where the lines of my project looked so much better. So I'm definitely gonna keep doing the waste yarn method. And now, really, Claudine? I don't know if you guys just saw that. And now I need to figure out the best way to do this and still be able. Oh, I forgot about my microphone, bro. Ah! Okay, wait. I should have set this up beforehand. I'm so sorry. Okay, I am going to. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna move my microphone, so I gotta unplug it. Music still playing? Yeah. I'm gonna unplug my microphone for just a second and move it. Jesus Christ. I'm tired of getting a billion phone calls a day. Stop calling me. Jesus. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna try to move my computer where I can see the chat. Maybe? I might just have to use my phone. Okay, I'll just use my phone. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully we could see, I don't know. Hopefully you could see something. I don't know if you guys can see. There's gonna be some cords in the way because of this. I need, like, to figure out a better setup for myself eventually, but... And get a better webcam for my face, but... I don't know why Claudine will not leave me alone. Don't get mad at me. Leave me alone. Why are you all surrounding me? I feel like they're being weird. No, go away. Stop. Stop just like trying to fight everyone. Go. Now. They want food? I just got you this morning. I don't know why the cats are being weird. It's honestly, when you have 3 cats and 2 dogs, they get overstimulating very, very quickly. And when they're like surrounding me and doing things they don't normally do, I start getting like really stressed out because I'm like, why are you doing this right now? He also scratched my stomach. Okay. Oh, it blocks the spam calls, but like it'll say, I don't know if you can see it. You see how it says spam risk? That's all it does. It still rings and it'll send it to a spam folder, but it'll still ring the phone call. And I can't get it to like not ring the phone call. I need to like show you guys. Just today alone, I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 phone calls. And it's only 2 p.m. I never really get many on the weekends. Friday, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On Friday, I got 15 phone calls, and they're all spam. Or they say, like, telemarketer on them. And, like, they leave voicemails every single time. It's a different number every time, so I can't block it. And they leave a voicemail every single time. I have 24 voicemails, and they're all, like, 2 seconds long, and they don't say anything. I don't know if they sense my stress. Because, I mean, I'm stressed, like, 24/7, so... Okay. So, like I said, here's the first panel, and now I'm just gonna try to repeat what I did with this one, but better. Keep in mind, I did this for the first time yesterday. So I really don't know what the fuck I'm doing too much other than the videos that I've watched. Oh, this chair goes high. Oh, fuck yeah. This is awesome. Oh my god, this chair goes really high. Please don't fall again. And the suction cups of this don't really work. So I don't think that this is going to stay still. And I also feel like the camera is probably going to shake because it's on the tables. So I'm sorry if the camera... Let's see. Yeah, see, this is just going to move because the suction cups, like, don't work. Okay. So I'm going to start with scrap yarn. This is called waste yarn. So listen, I'm a beginner, so I don't even know if I'm telling you this right, but this is the yarn that you use that's going to be cut out when you finish. What am I doing? Okay. Oh no, I don't need to do that yet. Okay. So basically, the reason why my edges are so straight is because I used waste yarn. If you didn't use waste yarn, then your edges would look something like this, where there's like weird holes and stuff. But when you use waste yarn, then you always have straight edges. And it just looks neater. So I learned that. And I need to pull the chat up on my phone because I can't read it from all the way over there. I'm gonna turn Do Not Disturb on so these freaking calls don't stress me out. 100 people watching me just crash out is crazy. I may get mad at this machine. I started crying yesterday. I started crying yesterday trying to figure this machine out, so yeah, might watch me crash out real quick. Okay. I've already... Eh? Okay, why is the tension like doing that? I do have to say they make it look a lot easier on YouTube on how to use these things. They really do. So I'm just gonna do a couple rows of the waste yarn. And then I do a row of this yarn, which I think is called like a thread yarn or a thread row, something row. I don't know. I watched a video and this is what she did, so now I'm just gonna keep doing that because it worked. So bless the YouTubers out there that have like good tutorials on this device, because your girl wouldn't be able to do it without those videos. Also, like I said, the suction cups don't work. So like this is just moving because like they legitimately don't work. I put heat on them, I put water on them, they will not stick. So like the cats are literally just playing in the litter box together. And it's like so overstimulating because like, why are y'all doing that? Why are you all just sitting in the kitchen doing things? I also want you guys to keep in mind this was like $45. So technically this is considered like a kid knitting machine. Like it's marketed towards kids. So my expectations were already low going into it. But I think I'm sort of getting the hang of it, like doing the basic paneling. I still haven't done the tubes yet, so. It adds character, yeah. I wish I had like weights or something to put on them though, because it would make my life easier if it wasn't moving so much. Okay, that's enough rows of the waste yarn. Now I'm going to start with my actual yarn, which is the Lion Brand Mandala yarn. This is in the color Meowth, like the Pokemon. And let's see where the beginning is. I want to make a yarn bowl out of clay for my yarn. I need to do that because putting yarn in like a little bowl would be helpful. Okay. Now I'm going to put my new yarn in there. And hold these together. Okay. And now we're starting the actual rows. I need to like put the yarn in between my legs or something to hold them. Okay. My dogs are barking. Of course they are. When are they not fucking barking? I'm crashing out, I'm crashing out. Okay. 13, wow. It's frustrating. Oh, I bet. It probably takes a lot of clay too, so that's why I haven't done it, because I'm like, it probably takes so much. Okay, we're on row 2. I don't really count, I'm not even gonna lie. I've just been measuring. I love when I get an ad on my own live stream. Just giving myself money, I guess. I'm logged into my account. That's crazy. I think this one was like 104 rows or something like that, but I just measured to about 17 inches, which Lisa, one of my subscribers, bought me like 4 tape measures, and I have somehow almost lost every single one of them already. Like, they're here somewhere, but like I use them. And the yarn is tangled. The yarn is tangled. Okay, here we go. I hate when you're pulling from the middle and then just this comes out. It's like, do you hate me? One pretty decent thing though is like if you have to cut your yarn, color changes are actually pretty easy on this machine because you just set your new color in and then you just start winding. So if I have to like cut yarn because it gets too tangled or something, like it's not too big of a deal because you don't even really notice it. You just have more ends to like weave in at the end, but yeah, it's not too bad. See right here, this is where I've been having issues, is it bunching up. So I've just learned how to fix that right there. And I only have issues with it on this peg. This is the number 3rd peg. I only have issues with bunching and losing stitches on the 3rd peg. I don't have an issue over here. As you can see, like, this looks fine. We're doing fine over here. Over here, I was dropping stitches like crazy and it was bunching up, but I figured out how to fix it. I don't know what's causing it, but I know how to fix it, so. 26 spam calls, that's crazy. The Scussie. No. Not the Scussie. See, like, it's bunching up 2 stitches on this peg. Yarn Vomit, that's a good one too. It's probably really satisfying to watch this, like, this just dropped a stitch right here. Whatever. We dropped a stitch, love. You could probably very easily see how this would get frustrating, especially because me yesterday, I didn't realize that you could fix the drop stitches after you've already started. So I restarted this probably like 4 or 5 times, guys. Like, I was actively like, like crying and like cranking this thing because it kept dropping stitches over here. It kept getting tangled and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And I frogged this, and it was way bigger. It was like probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches long, and I kept frogging it. What projects would tubing be used? I'm gonna use the tubing to make the sleeves, but people use tubing to make like beanies because if you hold knitted beanies, they're usually like 2 layers of the beanie that you fold up. So if you just put the tube together and then like fold it up, then that makes the beanie. People do like tubed scarves, socks. I mean, there's so many things that you can make with this machine. I was going down the rabbit hole seeing like the creations that people have made with this thing, and it's actually fucking insane what you can make with this thing if you have the patience for it, and I want to become a pro. So it's okay, Shelby. I was pretty much just chatting for the first like 20-30 minutes. Has it really already been 40 minutes? Jeez. Dang, I guess it has. See, okay, right here. It's getting caught because there's 2 on here. So what I do is I just take my crochet hook and I pull it over to fix it. And then I push that down. And then that fixed the stitch from being, from getting all bunched up and from dropping. I think. Yeah. Yeah, look. Beautiful. I'm glad that I figured out that. It took me way too long to figure it out, but I did. Oh yeah, I watched a tutorial last night on how to make earwormers. And that looks like it's pretty easy. So I may do that, especially if it's gonna snow. But I wanted to make things that I would actually like wear because I obviously live in the South, so like it doesn't really get cold enough for me to like have to make mittens and beanies, and I already have like 3 beanies that I've already crocheted for myself, and I don't wear them enough to have so many of them. So I want to make things that are like, uh-oh. Okay, let's fix this. That just dropped off. I'm just gonna take my hook and put it back on. You have to be really careful at the ends of these machines. That's the mistake that people make, is they go too fast. At the ends, and it drops stitches and comes loose, so. There we go. Yes, I want to make skirts. I want to make things that I'm not even joking, guys. I want to change my whole wardrobe to just things that I have made, literally. I want to make skirts. I want to make dresses. I want to make sweaters. I want to make tank tops. I want to make more skirts for sure, because I actually love wearing skirts, especially long skirts. I think they're so cute. So I really just want to have a whole wardrobe of things that I have made, because first of all, it's more satisfying to wear them. Nobody else is going to have what you have because you made it. And when you get a compliment on it, you could be like, thank you, I made it. And they're gonna be like, what? And it's pretty easy to count your rows too. Like, I haven't been keeping track of my rows because I don't care, but you could just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've done 15 rows so far. So it's pretty easy just to go back and count how many you've done. Because they're literally just like in a straight line. I don't know anything really about knitting machines. Like, this is the first one I've ever owned, and I just did it for the first time yesterday. So I haven't really thought too much about the different kinds because I didn't even know much about this one. So if I get like really good at this, then maybe I'll look into other kinds, like more expensive ones. But right now, I don't know if I like it enough to like go out of my way to purchase a different one. Okay, we are caught here. So let me fix this. Pull this up. And I just use like a really small crochet hook. I think this is like a 2. And then I pull it over and push it down. Woo! I'm so proud of myself. This one's gonna look so much better than my first panel. I'm doing okay, thank you. Trying to stay positive. I am making a sweater for everybody who has just joined. I'm literally just following like the basic sweater that everybody makes here on YouTube. It's like the perfect beginner sweater for the Centro machine, and there's like a billion tutorials that pop up. That's what I'm doing. This is the first panel that I made yesterday. First thing I've ever made on the machine. And honestly, I'm really proud of myself because like there aren't any like big or loose stitches in the middle. Like it looks pretty solid. The only issues that I did were just the mistakes on the sides, which are gonna be sewn in anyway. So I don't really feel like that's too big of a deal. So it's really soft too. Like, this is acrylic, but this yarn is really soft. So I'm gonna have to block it. It's gonna be a lot bigger once it's blocked. That's why I'm like, should I add 2 more panels for the sides of my body, or should I just block it and see if it fits me? Because then I don't want to undo the whole thing. I love my clover hooks. Does your tension bar flip up? I accidentally put it on wrong. So I didn't realize that I put it on wrong, and I can't get it to come back out. But I actually like the way that it's angled because it keeps the tension pretty tight and I don't have any issues with the yarn coming out. So yeah, I didn't realize I put it in upside down, but I actually really like the way that it is right now. So I honestly don't feel the need to flip it the right way because I feel like it's just going to keep like flipping up, and I prefer it this way. So thank you. Thank you, Haley. It looks very Twilight coded outside right now. No! Get out of my yarn bag, you little gremlin. Claudine is my 13th reason today. No. Stop. Yeah, go sit on the ottoman. The cats love the ottoman, guys. If you watched my last video, they use that ottoman more than my feet do. And that's fine. Oh, thank you. I was thinking about changing my overlay because I've had this one for over a year, but I'm just too lazy to do it. I don't mind my overlay. I like supporting different artists on Etsy and like just buying the overlays and stuff because they spend a lot of time on them. Have you made anything else with clay? Nothing that you haven't already seen on camera. I have not made anything since Christmas. My dogs, they're like 5 or 6 years old. My oldest pet is Twyla, and she's like 7. Honestly, one of my guinea pigs is getting pretty old. Kevin, he's like... I got him in 2020, I think. And he was like 2, so he's probably like 5 or 6. Will you be making any more Nintendo Switch content? I do plan on doing like a Nintendo Switch collection video eventually, but I'm not in a rush for it. Okay, I'm working a lot faster on this panel than I was doing yesterday, and I don't hate this now as much. I hope I have enough yarn, though, to make this whole sweater. Yeah, Kevin's still going strong with his girls. You should play Sticky Business. Okay, I'll look it up. I haven't played my Switch since like Christmas time. I actually don't even know where it is, which is a bit concerning because I'm like, I hope I didn't leave my Switch somewhere. I don't think I did, but I don't remember the last time I played it. So I'm like, where is it? It has to be in a bag somewhere. I'm hoping it's in a bag somewhere because I don't know where it is. The one issue of taking my my systems places, I'm like, oh god, I hope I don't leave this. The only thing about this machine is that it hurts my back. Having to sit up. I love this chair, but it is not a good chair for back support. It's a great chair for like your legs, but there's really no padding for your back. That's why I have this little pillow that I put behind my back, because my back hurts. Let me try to sit like a normal human being. Okay, that's more comfortable, I think. like I did in real life. I love that. It's like having a small business. I used to make stickers for Etsy. We're almost running out of the white yarn. Alright, we're in a sticky situation here. Boom. Do I want to get any more pets in the future? No, I don't. Step 2, I'll fix that later. I'm not talking about my pets anymore. See, this is why I don't answer one pet question, because then I just get a billion pet questions. Okay. What book am I currently reading? Did this decide to actually stick? Alright, per. Needs to be oiled? I don't know, it's plastic though. Would that even make much of a difference? I don't know. I'm currently reading The Raven Boys by Maggie Steffader. And I'm about to start an audiobook for something. I just don't know yet. It might be Handmaid's Tale, because I have that audiobook already. I don't know. I usually do like an audiobook and a physical book at the same time, because I just finished the audiobook for A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, so I need to find another audiobook to listen to. I am making a sweater. I feel like I need to like put a text thing on the screen. It's the sweaters that are in the thumbnail. That's what I'm going for. Can't say it's gonna look just like it, but I'm gonna try. But honestly, guys, like I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. Like I wish I still had all of my fashion design drawings and stuff when I was a kid, because I would like hardcore make up fashion designs. Like my grandma bought me this whole like fashion designing like kit when I was a kid, where it would give you like the models and you would draw the outfits and stuff. And honestly, making my own clothes makes me feel like a fashion designer. And being able to make clothes pretty quickly like this, I have some ideas in my head. If I get better at this, I might be able to start designing my own clothes, so we'll see. I want to become good at it though. Like there's an argument, or there's a debate on TikTok right now about how a lot of beginner crocheters and beginner knitters, they learn how to make like one thing. I need a hair clip pronto. They learn, girl, Claudine is sitting on my printer. Ah! You hurt my soul, cat. Okay, there's a debate online about how like beginner crocheters and beginner knitters, they learn how to make like one thing and then they all of a sudden like act like they're like a designer, and they act like they're like a professional, even though like they only know how to make one thing and they don't even know proper terminology and everything. And I have been seeing that a lot with beginner crocheters as well. And I personally, like, whatever, I don't really give a shit, because at the end of the day, like, I just don't care. It doesn't affect my life at all. But I have, and I do agree with the debate, that there's a lot of beginner crocheters and knitters that will learn how to make like one thing, and then they'll make like a TikTok about it. And then everybody on TikTok who are also beginners, they're like, oh, can you show how to make that? And then that beginner will make a super dumbed down beginner video teaching other beginners how to do things, but they're not teaching them the proper terminology. They're not teaching them the proper way to do it because they're also a beginner. And then that goes down the line where all of these beginners are doing everything improperly, and they never learn the proper terminology, and they don't know how to do anything properly because beginners are teaching beginners. Does that make sense? Because beginners, when they watch a seasoned crocheter, they complain about how it's too hard, and they complain about how like they just can't get it and it needs to be dumbed down. Well, you have to learn the proper way to do it, how it's been done for hundreds and hundreds of years. An example of this is with Betty McKnit, which I've already talked about this before, how she's been crocheting for, what, like longer than some people have been born that are complaining about her stuff. And they're like, her pattern is too hard, it's too complicated, like it's not beginner friendly. First of all, she says on the pattern that it's not for beginners. She says it, that it's not for beginners. And then also, the way she words her patterns are just how like a lot of older crochet patterns were written. So like personally, I could read the pattern just fine because I was raised on reading crochet patterns from like vintage, like 80s, 90s vintage crochet books, because that's how I was taught. I was taught how to crochet from my grandma. So she taught me like all the old stuff. She taught me the proper way to crochet. And like, yeah, there's different ways that you can like hold your yarn, and there's different ways that you can do your tension and everything. Everybody crochets a little bit differently. But there's kind of an epidemic right now of beginners feeling entitled. I need a bobby pin. Sorry, my bangs are going crazy right now. There's an epidemic right now of beginners feeling like entitled to people's patterns, and people like needing to dumb down their patterns for beginners, which I just don't believe should be a thing, personally. And that could just be because I've been crocheting for so long and I learned like the proper textbook way. And also, what I do think is incredible now is that crochet is popular. So there are so many tutorials you can find for just one thing. Thousands of tutorials you can find for one thing. When I was growing up, the internet wasn't even really a thing. Like, we had the internet, but you didn't have unlimited internet, and you could only use like the family computer for like 10 minutes. And you only had a certain amount of internet that you could use. And then YouTube wasn't really a big thing. There wasn't that many like tutorials. So when I was growing up learning how to crochet, I didn't have all of these tutorials, and I only had books, and then I had what other experienced crocheters would teach me as a kid. So beginners nowadays, they don't realize how lucky they are, because they can just look up how to do one thing and you're going to find thousands of tutorials for it. When I was growing up, or when like our grandparents and parents were growing up learning how to crochet, they just had some fucking books and other people to teach them. So the entitlement is strong these days because you don't realize how easy you got it. Like, I didn't start really crocheting again like crazy until I was in high school, because when I was growing up, like, the only thing I learned how to make was a blanket and like a scarf, because like that's the only thing that I could really figure out how to do, because that's the only thing that I was shown. And now you can just watch any YouTube video for anything. This is Lion Brand's mandala yarn. It is definitely a lot softer and thinner than Red Heart, but this green is Red Heart. And I used the Red Heart down here and it worked just fine. It's just a little bit more sticky with the Red Heart, but it still works. You just have to go slower. Sorry, I'm just now going back and looking at the comments since I was ranting a little bit, so. Reading Quicksilver. I have heard so many things about Quicksilver. It's best to clean and oil the machine before first use, and periodically all the mechanisms are grinding together, so there needs to be lubrication. Oh, well that's my bad. You saying the Betty McNitt like right before I said it. Hi Lisa. I was just talking about you and the fact that I need to find the tape measures that you literally just bought me. Okay, that's the thing too. Okay, so since all of like YouTube tutorials nowadays are like completely dumbed down and the terminology is like completely dumbed down for beginners, that as someone who is an experienced crocheter, when I try to watch YouTube tutorials, I get so annoyed because they go so slow, and also like they like explain things over and over again. Like, just show me how to do it. And if I'm clicking on a super beginner crochet tutorial, obviously I'm gonna expect it to be slow, but I'm talking about like, the title does not say that it's for like beginners. Like, just please show me what to do and stop repeating the same thing over and over again because of beginners. Like, please, please. Oh my god, yes, Amber. Okay, that, exactly. The debate of magic rings. Just learn how to do it. I know it's hard. I know some people hate magic rings, but there are some things that you just truly, like, to get the best result, you're gonna have to learn how to do a magic ring. And a lot of people hate, especially beginners, and like people who crochet, they're like, the magic ring is like the hardest thing you'll ever do. I love magic rings, and it's not hard. It's not, just sit there and try to do it over and over and over and over again. Like, people, they want especially beginners, they want self-gratification, immediate self-gratification. And if they can't do it immediately, then they just give up because they're like, I'm not good at it, I can't do it. I have been practicing crocheting for 15 years and I'm still like learning. You're not gonna get it immediately. You're not gonna get it immediately. You can't just not do things because you can't figure out how to do it. And like, I bet they've only tried like 10 times and they're like, this is impossible. I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's like, shut up and just try. Just try. It drives me insane. Like, these arguments online of like, as you can tell, like I'm getting heated because it drives me insane. I'm like, you just have to practice. Like, I have a hand disability and I still like buckled up my bootstraps and I just fucking did it. Like, I relearned how to do everything. It's not that hard if you just try and you just practice. Sorry, my dad texted me about my mom. Okay, apparently now they're saying it's not norovirus, that she still just has RSV and pneumonia, but every single time she eats something, she vomits. So I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Exactly. If you are always just going to make stuff based off of videos, you're just setting yourself up for failure because you're never going to know how to properly crochet. Yes, you can learn all the beginner stuff and learn all of these beginner tutorials with videos, but eventually you're going to have to teach yourself how to read patterns, and you're going to have to be able to teach yourself the proper way to do things, because you can't always just rely on somebody else's video. I personally hate watching tutorials. I read patterns. If I cannot find a written pattern for something, I will not make it. See, I'm the opposite. Like, I hate watching YouTube tutorials. If I'm reading a pattern and I can't figure out how to do it and they have a video, that's the only reason I will go and click on that video, is because I can't understand the pattern. And that's very rarely that I'll do that. Aren't the colors beautiful? They really are. Like, for example, I gave up on this yesterday. Like, I was crying. I spent 12 hours just doing one panel. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't give up immediately. I didn't complain about how, like, this machine is stupid. And I didn't complain about how these videos I'm watching aren't helpful. I didn't blame the creators. I didn't blame the machine. Notice how I didn't blame anyone or anything for my misfortune. I just took a break, took a nap, and came back later. And you know what? I was able to make it because I watched some videos, I practiced over and over again, and I figured it out. That's almost like how you learn how to do something. People nowadays like just do not have the attention span or the patience to learn things. They just want that instant gratification. Will I do a house tour when I'm done? Sure. Will I ever be done decorating this house though, is the real question. The magic ring is easy. Like, oh my god, I'm not trying to. Like, I'm gonna show real quick how I do a magic ring. Can y'all see? That's how I do a magic ring. See how quick I do that? And then also people are like, how do you easily make a slip knot? It's not that hard. Just practice. Jesus Christ. But that's the thing. If there's one tutorial you watch about a magic ring and you can't see it and you can't understand it, like I said, there are thousands of resources online that teach you how to do a magic ring. If one does not work for you, they're not for you. Find another one. That's the issue. Like people with the Betty McNick situation. Her pattern and her star tutorial is not working for you. There are thousands of star blanket tutorials. Just go watch them. Don't take her pattern and sell it as your own. I'm just reading the chat like on the screen. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I have a camera like right here.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Yeah, it's not as hard. Like you just have to practice. It really is. Listen, I'm Gen Z. I'm considered Gen Z. I was born in 1998, so I think I'm on like the cusp of like millennial and Gen Z. I don't know. But it's definitely like a younger Gen Z problem. And it's not the entire generation. That's just mainly the generation that's on TikTok, so that's just what I see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like everybody does things differently. Crocheting. But like everybody will set things up differently, but like the process is the same, right? Like whether you make a magic ring by pointing a gun and doing all this wrapping stuff, or whether you just do it the way that I did it, like you've got to learn how to make a magic ring, and you've got to learn how to read a pattern. If it says MR, magic ring. Oh, I don't know, man. Back to my knitting. Because I agree with that argument on TikTok. I'm like, oh no. Here we go. Like, I am planning on making more beginner crochet tutorials for YouTube because I get asked so frequently, like, can you please do a beginner tutorial on this? Like, yes. But I have done beginner crochet tutorials before, and people in the comments just complain about how it's still too hard. I'm like, if it's still too hard for you, then perhaps you are not at this level yet. Just because it says super beginner crochet tutorial doesn't mean that you are a super beginner. Maybe you're a super, super beginner, you know? Like, if you still think it's too hard, then you are not ready for this. Go back to learning your single crochet. Go back to learning your magic ring. Because there's only so many times I can show you how to do that before you're just not at that level yet. Oh. What happened? I think some stitches just dropped right there. Oh no. I'll go back and fix that. Yeah, I want to do a tutorial on the flower bookmark, which I believe is super beginner friendly, and I'm even going to show the method of doing it without a magic ring, because that's how beginner friendly I'm going to make it, since people like to complain about magic rings so much. And then I also wanted to do a tutorial on the fingerless gloves that I made my sister. I don't know what happened right here, but I need to fix all of that. We go. Now it's turning into the tan color. Okay. I feel maybe it's, oh, here's a tape measure. I put one in my little plate over here. I was planning on filming the bookmark tutorial on Friday and then hopefully getting it out like Saturday or Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. My favorite crochet project that I've ever done. I feel the most self-gratification from the dolls, just because like the detail it takes to make the dolls. I don't know, honestly that's a really hard question. That's like asking you like what your favorite book is, you know? Like I have so many. I'm just measuring this panel to see how. Oh, never mind. I made the panel 19 inches. Or more like 20. This panel is... yeah, about 20 inches. Trying to get comfortable. Are you planning on more tattoos? Probably not. I just don't, I would like to, but they're just too expensive, honestly. And at this time in my life right now, like, I just don't feel like it's financially responsible for me to spend my money on tattoos when there are things that I should be spending my money on that are like important. we did a little oopsie over here. Don't really know what's... Something got dropped or something somewhere there, but whatever. I don't know about knitting yet. I want to learn, but I've also just heard from knitters that it just takes so long to make one thing. And I know a lot of beginners, like, they make scarves and stuff like that. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. I don't like making scarves, I don't like making hats, and I don't like making gloves because I made them so much growing up. They're boring to me. I don't wear scarves. I don't like scarves. I don't wear them. I also don't really wear beanies, and I also don't wear gloves. I live in Georgia. I don't really have a need for those things, but when you have like beginner knitting videos, it's always like, how to knit a scarf, and it's like, yeah, I need to practice and make the scarf because that's the best way to practice, but then I'm not gonna wear it because I don't like scarves, so it's like, I don't want to make it. Yeah, I can make myself some socks, but like, those are boring. Yeah. That's how I feel too. I think like mentally, it's like, oh my god, all of those stitches just. Don't know what's happening here. I don't even think there's supposed to be any stitches on this peg, but whatever. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I really don't think there's even supposed to be any stitches on that white peg right here. That's why it's like... I need to move it or something. I don't know what's happening right there. I don't even know if you guys can see, but... And apparently some stitches got dropped right here too that I need to fix. See, I'm not perfect. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing half the time. Like, what is this? And then this needs to be fixed right there. I gotta refine that video on how to fix that. I watched a video on how to fix drop stitches. Can you guys see how these stitches got dropped right here? See how they're like big? So there's some stitches that got dropped, but there's an easy way to fix it. I just have to find the video again. The video is by like Quinn something. Quinn. Yes, my grandma got me this knitting machine for Christmas. Okay, now I'm gonna find the video on how to fix drop stitches by Quinn Bender. Sorry, your girl's cooking right now. Give me a minute. I'm cooking, I'm cooking. Bro, this is a bitch. Okay, okay. Okay. There's like one drop stitch right here. Is this got messed up, but okay. That doesn't look that bad. Okay. Alright, 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 alright. Once again, getting ads on my own live stream. Okay. I have to rent because I just can't afford to buy a house. I tried to buy a house and investors and rental companies beat me out every single time I put an offer in. So I gave up. I was cooking on this for a little while and then I messed up somewhere. That is the thing that's frustrating about these machines too. It's like you mess up in one place and it's like, ugh. And then it's like all you see. Oh, we got the yarn vomit again. I think I'm gonna eat a quesadilla for dinner. Perhaps a cheese quesadilla, maybe some chicken. Oh, I do have ground beef actually, so I'll probably do like a beef quesadilla and then like some nachos. I don't know. Starting to turn brown. So like the front half is going to be like white and pink, and then the back is going to be white and brown. It's gonna look really pretty. I love the dollar store. Like, I know I say this so much. I genuinely love the dollar store. I had a $50 gift card for Christmas. And I went to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and I got actually spent $45, and I got weeks worth of groceries for $45. I even got like a bag of like frozen chicken thighs, and they were only like $5, and it was like the Tyson chicken thighs. Like, obviously frozen chicken thighs is not as healthy as like fresh meat, but like I always put my chicken in the freezer anyway because I don't ever eat it immediately. So if I want like a nice chicken meal with some like mashed potatoes or macaroni or broccoli or anything like that, then I just have all of these like chicken thighs too. I bought like a bunch of things to make like Mexican food, Korean food. I made Korean food last night. Like, people are so shocked that I get all of my groceries from Dollar Tree when like I post a picture of like the food that I've made, and they're like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? And I'm like, everything is from the Dollar Tree, literally. Like, even the seasonings that I use, the sauces, like everything I buy is from the Dollar Tree. I get my eggs from a friend since she has chickens, so she just gives me eggs, but there is eggs at the dollar store as well. Like, I even got my boyfriend hooked on these ramen noodles that I make all the time. They're the garlic sesame noodles. Like, I just use regular ramen, and then I use sugar or honey, whichever I have, sesame oil, soy sauce, and garlic cloves. But I just use like the garlic in a can, which you get at the dollar store. And I make that, and I got my boyfriend addicted to it, and now he asks me to make the noodles for him all the time. And that makes me feel good because he's Korean, so I'm like, if he likes these noodles that I'm making, like, I'm not doing too bad, I guess. I do like Aldi. I don't have one near me, but my old apartment, I could walk to Aldi, and it was really nice to have it right beside my apartment. Like, people hate on the Dollar Tree because they just don't understand it. That lady on TikTok, I forgot her name. I just call her the dollar store lady on TikTok. She literally will show you like all the things that you can buy at the Dollar Tree and then give you recipes and meals. So she'll make like a TikTok that's like, do you only have $20 to spend on your family of 4 this week? Here's all the things that you can buy from the Dollar Tree. And she legitimately will show you like 5 to 6 different meals that you can make off of like $20 from the dollar store. I'm like, I love that lady. I love her. Like, she has showed me so many different things that I can make just from the food from the Dollar Tree. And especially as someone who, like, I live by myself, so like the portion sizes are like the perfect size for one person, because like when I have leftovers, like sometimes just some leftovers are just not good. And I always have way too many when I buy stuff from like Walmart and stuff. Just got another spam call on my phone. Thank you, Heaven. I can't believe there's been 100 people here the entire time. Kind of crazy. When I used to live stream on Twitch, like, I would be lucky if I could get like 15 people watching. And then that's why I switched to YouTube, because I'm like, why am I even trying over here on Twitch when I already have people that'll watch me on YouTube? I feel like I should... It's definitely not long enough yet, but I feel like I have to keep measuring. Angel numbers. Yes, I need that in my life. Angel numbers. Every time I think of angel numbers, I just think of that gang member that tried to break into my apartment and then spray painted angel numbers onto my apartment. That's the only thing I think of when I hear angel numbers. I guess he thought he was my angel that day. I don't know. I'm so messy. I have that song stuck in my head. I don't even like it. It's like not even a good song. Yeah. This is a really old story time. When I first moved out when I was 19, I actually had a Storytime video on it, but I deleted it because it was like an open police case, so I didn't want to get in trouble. But when I was like 19 and I moved out, I was just moved out of my parents' house I moved in August, and this happened in like October. So I was only in my apartment for what, like 2 months? And there was this guy that was like just watching me all the time. And he figured out my like work schedule, because at the time I was a vet tech, so I would leave like super early in the mornings and stuff. I would get up at like 5 in the morning and then get back home at like 6 in the afternoon. Like I was gone like all day. And he figured out my schedule. He watched me leave. And then probably like 20-30 minutes after I got to work, I got this like notification on my security footage of just this like shadow kicking in my front door. And he spray painted all of my security cameras, because I had multiple security cameras at my apartment, because like duh. He spray painted them. But when you spray paint a camera, it has to dry matte for you to not be able to see. So I could still see a shadow, I could still see what he looked like, and I could still see what he was doing, and I was still getting notifications that he was at my door. So like, he was an idiot, actually. So I watched, like, he was kicking in my door. I called my dad. Now I would call 911 first, but I was 19, I was scared. This is the first time living on my own. I was absolutely terrified. I just now got Spectra. So she was a tiny kitten by herself in the bathroom. Twyla, I only had her for a couple of months. So Twyla, I wasn't even scared for my belongings, because I have renter's insurance. Like, if my things are stolen, then whatever. That's not important. What I was scared about at the time is my cats. I didn't want them to get killed. I didn't want them to run out the door. I was just scared for them. So I called my dad, because at the time my parents lived like 2 minutes away from my apartment. So I was like screaming, crying, like there's somebody breaking in. And he called the cops. He got there before the cops, and the guy ran before the cops got there. And yeah, they never figured out who it was. There's like some political stuff that went on, because there was a guy the guy was black. And there was a guy who fit the, who fit the description of what it looked like on camera, but because it was a little blurry and we couldn't quite tell if it was actually him, the cops didn't want to come up to him and cause a scene. And, you know, cops, black people, like they were like, we don't want to go up to him and call him out, because we don't want to start like a racial war. That's what they said to me, like some racial war or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well then just don't shoot him. Like, do you not realize that you can walk up to a black person and like ask them questions? Like, obviously it's way different, of course, but the way they said it, they were like, we didn't want to start a race war. I was like, excuse me? That's a you problem. Like, maybe you shouldn't be shooting black people. I don't know. It's so weird. So they never found out who it was. And then a couple days later, I guess when I wasn't home again, he came back and he spray painted angel numbers on my door and on the side of my apartment. And then he never came back again. So the cops were like, oh, well, it could be like a gang initiation, and like they made him break into somebody's house and you just ended up being the one that he chose, or something like that. They never figured out who it was. So, because I was scared, I broke my lease, and they allowed me to break my lease because there was like a police issue. There was a police like investigation. So because I was fearing for my safety and because he came back, they let me break my lease, and then I moved somewhere else. And then I felt fine after that. It was crazy. I literally only lived there like 2 or 3 months, and I had to move. So yeah, I've moved like 4 or 5 times in the past 4 years, I think. I don't know. I'm tired of moving though. Like, I would just like to be able to own a house just so I didn't have to move so much. Yeah, honestly, cops, I mean, that's like a whole thing. You guys know how I feel about cops. They're just like, whatever. But the fact that they're like, we don't want to start a race war. I'm like, how is you just going up and asking him questions it's gonna start a race war? Like, maybe don't be racist? Perhaps? I don't know, it was really weird. But whatever. I'm fine now, so... that apartment was honestly just like actually scary. And that's why I always tell women, like, never get a first floor apartment. Never get a first floor apartment, because like that wasn't the only issue I had there. Like, I had a man like corner me in the staircase and like smell me and ask me to marry him, and he started like trying to R-word me, and I tased him and I ran. And yeah, and I only lived there like 2 or 3 months, so I was like, I gotta get out of here. And that's another reason why I just don't want to live in apartments anymore either. I just don't feel safe in them. Like, I really didn't feel safe in my next apartment either, but I got the top floor. I got a 3rd floor apartment, so I felt safer up there because like nobody could climb through my windows, and like there were only 2 other neighbors that were like beside me. So I felt a lot safer in that apartment, but it still wasn't like, I'm not going to go out and hang in the parking lot by myself type vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've had like the worst experiences when it comes to men just like doing things to me in public, and that's another reason why your girl is scared to go out in public all the time. Like, I don't really talk about it that much because I don't want to give them like the power to make me feel scared, but the amount of times that I have been stopped or cornered or talking to, I mean, even in my own like old workplace, like just being sexually talked to, like I cannot do it anymore. Shut up, that is so scary. Oh my god. See, oh my god. Oh my god. That actually gives me chills. Excuse me? Are you serious? Oh my god, that actually gives me chills. That's so creepy. That's so creepy. I'm just saying personally, and this is just, you know, there's some guys that follow me. I'm sure there's some guys in the live stream right now. And if you're a man, then you get offended by this, then that's just your own personal issue. Because I, for one, say I hate men all the time, and my boyfriend knows I'm not talking about him because my boyfriend is a great guy. So if you're a great guy, then this won't offend you. But men ruin everything, right? Every single workplace that I've worked at that has like an all-women staff, I had the best time ever. Great experiences, and then as soon as a male gets hired, everyone's uncomfortable, the drama's happening, people are getting like essayed, people are like getting text messages, people are being uncomfortable. Stop ruining women's good time. Stop being creepy and weird. Like, why can't you just be normal? And if this doesn't apply to you, then like there's no need for you to get offended, you know? like at my old job, like our old boss, like she had the rule, no men. We do not hire men here. Like literally, that was her rule. She was like, we do not hire men because as a vet tech, like sometimes you are bent down in awkward positions, holding dogs and cats down, you know. And she was like, I don't want the women that are working here to be uncomfortable having to bend down in certain positions and everything around male coworkers. And I really respected that, honestly. And then we got new management, a new owner, and as soon as they hired a man, he tried to have sex with like multiple women. Whatever. The knitting machine is... I hated it yesterday. I'm not hating it right now. Let's just say it, like every single, except for one, every single guy friend I have ever had in my life has tried to date me or have sex with me. Every single one of them except for one. Except for one. And he doesn't even talk to me anymore either. He literally saw me in like a grocery store a couple months ago and just acted like I didn't exist and walked right by me and we made eye contact. I was like, okay, we were friends for like 10 years, but now you're acting like I don't exist. Like, that's cool. So that hurt my feelings a little bit, but yeah. I've never had a just purely platonic guy friend because they always ruin it. You shouldn't date your coworkers. Like, that's just my rule. Like, why would you want to date a coworker? Like, and that's the thing too. A lot of people like cheat on their significant others with coworkers. And my thing is that I think they do it just because it's kind of like when you're in school with someone, right? When you start dating someone that like you're in school with, sometimes you're just dating them because you see them all the time. And that's like the only person that you're like seeing and talking to all the time. So you feel like you have this type of like really deep connection with them. And the only reason that they're around you is because y'all have to work together. I don't know why YouTube's trying to block like just normal comments. Like affairs that happen with coworkers and stuff, like I genuinely feel like a lot of that just happens is because like you spend so much time with your coworkers. So sometimes like people just get like weirdly bonded with coworkers. What is happening here? Mood. I genuinely love just only having women friends now. Like, it's such a difference of just having, like, just... And they're, like, girls too. Like, they also hate men. Like, hate men. So, like... It's so nice to just have women friends. I don't feel stressed out. I don't feel like I have to act a certain way. I don't feel like I have to, like... dress a certain way so they don't make comments about what I'm wearing. Like the guys that I was friends with in high school, like if I wore jeans too tight, they would say something about my ass, or if I was wearing shorts, they would say something about my ass. Like every single time, and they would mask it as like a joke, but it's like I'm not stupid, you know? Yeah, exactly. Coworkers are convenient. They're there. You don't have to look for someone. Like, they're just always there. So it's like, that's why these affairs happen so easily with coworkers. And it's like, why are you cheating on this coworker that looks like the goblin from Lord of the Rings when your wife is at home and she's stunning and beautiful and smart and talented and taking care of your kids and... Oh my god. Like, the amount of, like, men I see that hardcore cheat on their wives, and then I see a picture of the husband, and I'm like, these wives are doing charity work being with these men. Like, why do the most beautiful women, the most stunning women I've ever seen in my life, you look at their, like, boyfriend and husband, and they just look like absolute goblins, and they're not even, like, their personality's not even good either, so it's like, because, like, yeah, they could have the best personality ever, and then I would get that. But it's like, they don't even have a good personality. Like, I would feel so embarrassed if my husband looked like that, and then, like, cheated on me. I'd be like, what? I don't know when to stop. It's really hard, because, like, it's so stretchy, right? I worked on this way faster. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. I did this in 2 hours where it took 12 yesterday. 12 hours yesterday. I don't know, men be like just as stupid as boys. I don't like this whole like men boys thing. Like, no, they're men. They're 40-year-old grown-ass men making these decisions. Because, like, it stretches, so it's like, how far am I supposed to be stretching it to measure them? I don't know. Yes, the green part comes off. The reason the green part is there is so, like, if the green part didn't come off, then the edges of my white would look like this. They'd be, like, curled and ugly and not straight. But after I take this off, I'm going to be slip stitching these white ends together and then pulling the green off, and then you're just going to have a straight edge instead of all of this, like, curliness. I just keep forgetting, like, I have a row counter. I guess I could, can I use that? No, it's built in. I have a row counter. I just work so fast that I keep forgetting to use it, and then it's too late. No one is as single as married people at the staff Christmas party. Oh my god. Yeah, literally. Ugh, crazy. This is gonna be really cozy, because this is really soft. Okay, I feel like I still need to keep doing rows. It just looks so big. Okay. Well, I have plenty of yarn for this sweater, so... It's pink. It's like a light pink. The color is called Meowth, like the Pokemon. So it's like that color. Like a very light pink. I need to turn my... I'm sorry the lighting is terrible. maybe that lighting will be a little bit better. I don't know. I just don't know if I need to make 2 smaller panels for the sides of my body or if this is going to stretch. That's the thing I get confused about too, is because like I watch all these videos and their panels are really little, and then they sew it all together and then put it on their body, and then it's like, but even if I block this, I don't feel like this is supposed to go all the way here. I know, how did they get away using that name? That is a great question. Because when I read the color was called Meowth, I was like, huh? So I'm like, will this... Because I feel like this like even will not stretch far enough to go around my body. Maybe it will. I don't know, like what's the science behind it? Because I know when I block it, it's going to become like so much bigger. But like all these tutorials I watch, the girlies are like literally a size small. And they're like, just do this. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not as small as you. So I wear like a large, extra large. So I'm like, should I be making like 2 side panels for my body or... I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just unsew it if it doesn't fit my body. And then just make the panels. That is one beautiful thing about like this and like sewing pieces together to make like some type of fashion piece, that if it doesn't work, you can just undo it and make more pieces. Girl, IDK, I just work here. Okay, same. Me though. So when is TikTok supposed to be banned? Does anybody know? I don't remember the day. I'm actually really sad. Because like my TikTok was like, both of my TikTok accounts were growing. And I wanted to start making money from TikTok, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Yeah, online games with men. I've never toined. Oh my gosh. I've never turned. I just sounded like a 5-year-old. I've never turned voice chat on ever in any game. Because I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I probably should be... This entire time I probably should have been filming for my video. I am filming a video on this knitting machine, by the way. Oh, I'm wearing shorts on my butt. Probably should be filming a bit, shouldn't I? So the Supreme Court isn't hearing the case till Friday. Do we actually think that it's going to be taken away? Like, what do y'all think? I don't think it will. I hope it doesn't. Because I actually, like, yeah, there's a really, like, terrible things about TikTok. But I've learned so much from TikTok, and I actually genuinely just really like making short form content. And yes, I could post it over on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, but it's just not the same. Not the same. I actually really enjoy making TikToks. I don't even get paid from them. I just post them because they're fun. But if I hit 10K, then I can. And I'm really close to 10K. I think I have like 7K on my reading one. And then I just hit like 6K on my other one. I guess these full-time TikTokers are gonna have to find another job, huh? I actually feel bad for them, because, like, I get it. Because, like, if YouTube just went down, then I wouldn't even be able to afford to live. Like, my library job, like, I wouldn't even make enough a month to pay my rent with my library job, so, like, I actually feel bad for people who are full-time TikTokers, because, I mean, like, their job is literally just going to be taken away, which is, like, not good in this economy at all. Also, I want to talk shit about Walmart real quick. And since my sister's not employed with them anymore. They fired my sister for having the flu. Walmart did. My sister had the flu. Like, fever, went to the doctor, had doctor's note, had the flu. And they fired her. They texted her. Or what they actually did was they took her completely off the schedule. And she, like, called and she was like, hey, why am I off the schedule? And then her boss was like, oh, you've been let go. Huh? I feel like this is long enough. This is pretty long. Okay, I need to do like 4 more rows. The things Walmart doesn't feel legal to me. Like the things that my sister said that they would do and fire people for, I'm like, that does not feel legal, like, at all. Like, how can you fire someone for having the flu? Like, you know how contagious the fucking flu is? She worked there for 5 years too, guys. Keep that in mind. 5 years. She worked there 5 years. Dude, fuck corporations, fuck Walmart. I'm so over this shit. Like, how can you expect to keep, like, good workers, solid workers, if you fire them for literally, like... Yeah, they didn't even contact her, they just took her off the schedule. That's it. And, like, everywhere says they're hiring, and, like, Republicans will be like, people just don't want to work these days. Like, everywhere's hiring and nobody wants to work these days. Shut the fuck up. All these places claim that they're hiring. You apply to them, they ghost you, they never respond to you, they say that they're not hiring right now. Places are not hiring. There was literally one day that she had the flu that they made her come in with a fever. She was working with a fever. So like what happens if you're working at Walmart with a fever, with the flu, and you like pass out and die on the clock? What would they do then? Because like you're doing like intense physical labor working there. So it's like, what if she just fell over and died? Like, would they get sued for that? Or like, how is doctor's notes not allowed? How are you not allowed to be sick? Like, that has to be illegal. How are you not allowed to be sick? Okay, I really don't know. This feels pretty long. Like, what normal person every single day is, like, going to be sick never and just coming to work every day? That's why I said I feel like it's pretty pointless for me to even try to get a degree, because, like, I know so many people who have college degrees, who have master's degrees, and they, like, literally can't find a job because nowhere's hiring. Like, what's the point of even getting a fucking degree? Like, I knew a guy who literally had a master's degree and was working at McDonald's, like, because he couldn't find any other job. And he had a master's degree. And it's like, okay, what's the point of getting this degree and going in debt for this? Okay, now I'm gonna do a couple more rows of the green again. So we're done with our main color. So now I'm gonna throw this in here. Take my waste yarn again. So you can kind of see, since I switched over to the red heart yarn, how it doesn't turn as smoothly. So red heart works, but the machine is more creaky and it can't handle it as well as like the thinner yarn. So the thinner the yarn, the better with this thing. Because now this thing is struggling. Jesus. And like the whole camera is shaking because I have to like... Ah! My hand hurts, I'm not even gonna lie. Ugh. Okay. I'm only gonna do that much waste yarn because I don't want to waste too much of the waste yarn. Yeah, right? Okay, and now what you do, this is like magic, guys. When I did this last night, I felt like Harry Potter. Okay, so now I just turn. And it kicks everything off the machine. Well, it's supposed to. You kind of have to pull it off. So you just pull it off. I am making a sweater. Well, I'm attempting to make a sweater for the first time on this thing. My hand's okay. My next appointment isn't until like February 12th or something like that, so I can't afford the surgery until like probably March or April anyway, so it's fine. I mean, I can live with it. It just aches sometimes, and yeah, it just hurts. Like, I don't know how to really explain it unless you have like chronic pain. It just feels like a chronic pain feeling. Okay. Here's our panel. Gonna move our little machine over to the side. All right, and now I'm going to take my crochet hook. And you see these threads right here. Boop, 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 the ones that are attached to the green. We're going to slip stitch across that. I'm going to show you guys this magic. It's really cool. Thank you, Sheila. Okay. I'm just going to take my yarn. And I'm gonna slip stitch across. My chair's trying to move on me. Okay. You guys see? Good thing I know how to crochet. I'm gonna try to do looser slip stitches. So it's not super tight on my neck. What's happening here? I also still don't have feeling in my ring finger too, so when I touch things, it's like a very odd sensation.
Liftoff of mission 41B, the first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Sorry, I'm just slip stitching across, which basically just seals off the edges. And then what I'm going to do after that is just pull on the green yarn, and the green yarn is just going to come out. And then we're going to have a completely straight finished row of the white layer instead of having like a really bad curled edge. Because I didn't really like the way that the sweaters looked on these people's tutorials because they didn't do the waste yarn method, so their sweaters like kept curling up and stuff, and I just don't really like that look. It makes it look like it's like unfinished to me. So I like this method because it's not gonna curl really. At least I hope it doesn't. Okay, and then tie it off. Okay, so we slip stitch that. Now, all I'm gonna do is just start pulling on the green yarn. Not there. Here? Which one is it? Where's the edge? Where's the edge? I'm probably gonna have to cut it. Okay. I usually like to reuse the waste yarn, but I don't know why it knotted up. Okay, now it's just gonna make a mess. Man, I was trying to do this all aesthetically and then I just failed. I'm sorry. I don't understand schooling. I don't understand the workplace. I don't understand shit. That's how I feel too. Like, how can you get experience if nobody allows you to have that experience? Like, I got lucky, and like when I was a vet assistant, like I worked in the kennel first, and then like the boss just promoted me. So I just got lucky. Like sometimes you just have to get lucky. Okay, you see? Straight edges. I just now have to pull all of this yarn out because for some reason this knotted all up over here. It's supposed to just pull right off, all aesthetic like. There we go. I'm gonna have to throw this away, or just use it as stuffing. I always just use my extra yarn as stuffing, but... yeah, see, it's supposed to just pull. It's supposed to just pull off like that, but... if I used the other yarn method that I was gonna do too, the whole, waste yarn just falls off, which was really aesthetic, so maybe I should do that for the next thing so you guys can see that, because that was really aesthetic. Here we go. Okay. And now our edges are perfectly straight and clean. I'm going to tie these together. I don't know if you're supposed to weave in ends on knitted projects like you do with crochet, because it doesn't seem like it would be really easy to weave in because the stitches aren't tight, so I don't really know. I need to like look that up. I'm also going to knot this a little bit better. Okay. Big hole here somehow. Don't know what happened there. Whatever. Okay. Second panel. This one seems more bigger. Whatever. Oh, I don't need to pull that yet. Oh, okay. Now I need to slip stitch these. I just got so tired. Ugh. I hate all my days off when I'm just like exhausted and I feel like I can't do anything. I think so too. These are really pretty. I really like this yarn. I'm glad that I chose it. I have another whole one too that is even prettier colors, but I wanted to practice with this one because I don't really have, believe it or not, pink being my favorite color, I actually only have like a couple of pinkish shirts. So I want to try to get some more light pastel-y colors in my wardrobe. And I really like the like earthy tones of this, like it's like an earthy pastel. I applied to work at the animal shelter before I got my library job, and let's just say I'm so glad that I got hired at the library instead of the shelter, because I really wanted to get out of the animal field, but like at the time I was applying to many places, but you know, I have the most animal experience, but then the shelter responded and they were like, you have too much experience. I was like, what the hell does that even mean? Does that mean like you guys don't want me to see what the shelter is like? Like, do you, what do you mean I have too much experience? Like, what? Like, wouldn't that mean that I'm like, would be good for the shelter because like I have so much experience that I'll be like a good employee? Like, you won't have to train me much. I'm not, like, I know how to do it. And I worked in the kennel for years before I was a vet assistant, so it's like, the girl knows how to work a kennel. Yeah, it was a little sus to me too. I was like, what do you mean? And then like literally a day later, the library called me. So I was like, okay, well, this is just a sign from the universe that I just need to get out of the vet field. Probably. And that's the thing too, like, I don't want to be any type of manager. I don't want to be in any type of authority. I go to my job, I work, I come home. I don't think about my job when I am at home because YouTube and content creation is my full-time job. This is what I am focused on in my life. My dream is not to become some type of manager. My dream is not to become some type of like big library person. Like, I just want to go to work, get paid, and come home. Do I really like my job? Yeah, I do. But it's not my passion, you know? Like, it's not, I want to do this for as long as I possibly can. So I'm not even out here trying to like take people's management positions and stuff too, because like I don't want to anyway. Okay, let's see if this one will aesthetically pull a little bit better. Yeah? Yay! Kind of. Yay! Some drop stitches right there. Don't know how that happened. See if I can save them. I don't really know what to do though once it gets... I'm sure there's a video that will teach me how to do it, but I really don't want to. Okay, I don't know how this happened. I honestly might just take like a knot. I'm gonna do this like the redneck way. I think I'm just gonna like take a piece of yarn and just like, because I fixed it, but then I don't know if I should like tie a piece of yarn here or something for the end, because I fixed the drop stitches. Oh, my back hurts. I'll probably just do the same pink and brown. I really like it. I'm just waiting on my hair dye to come in the mail from Arctic Fox because they very kindly send me packages with my hair color in it. So I'm just waiting for them to come in the mail. Okay, I'm gonna do this like definitely not how it's supposed to be done, but I'm gonna weave a piece of yarn into these and then I'm going to knot it. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do, but you know what? It's not even gonna be noticeable. Heck yeah, look at that. It looks great. Doesn't even look like there was any drop stitches there at all. Ooh, this panel seems like so much more stretchy than the other one that I did. Yeah, because this one actually seems like it would like... I still feel like it would be too tight on my body though. Like... Why is this one so much skinnier when I... Oh nice, what Kindle did you buy? Okay, I want the pink to be on the front. Okay, these colors are going to slay together though, because look, they line up beautifully. And then the sleeves are gonna go into like dark brown, I'm sure. Should I like stitch marker these together just to see how they would fit on my body? Because obviously I would have to block them. I'm just gonna pin them together to see. I mean, I haven't made the sleeves yet, but the body feels like it's gonna be really small. But when I steam them, it's going to grow in size so much. That's why I'm concerned of making it too big. Because I do want it to be like a cropped, not super cropped, because I made it like long enough, but I want it to be a little flowy, but not too flowy. That's the issue with knit too, is that when you block a knit item, it increases in size by so much. Like crochet, it usually is about the same size once you block it. Like it relaxes a little bit. Knit, it literally grows like a whole like size. So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna stitch marker them together and then, and I'm assuming with the sleeves, I'm literally just going to be knitting 2 tubes and then sewing the tubes on is what I'm assuming is going to be the deal. I need to go back and watch the video to see how big I should make the tube. Well, it would have to be the whole 48 pins, wouldn't it? Dang, that would be some pretty big arm sleeves. So the arm sleeves are gonna be like, because if it's a tube, it has to be the whole 48 pins. Those are gonna be some big sleeves. I don't really know what I'm doing right now. Either way, this sweater's gonna slay, I think. Also, I think I'm going to add some ribbing to the neckline and also like the edges too. So I'm gonna add some like crocheting to the piece just to make it look a little bit different. I know you guys can't really see that well, but here we go. Hi Stardust. Okay, let me find the YouTube video that I watched. I watched a lot of videos. Add. The tube setting's gonna be so much easier because I literally won't even have to like go back and forth and worry about drop stitching. Like once I get done, then I can just like keep going and going. Like okay. Well then I'm just making a literal tube. This feels really goofy, but like it's obviously going to stretch quite a lot, but it still feels like it's going to be too tight. Yeah, it's not going to stretch around my body. I'm gonna have to make like I don't think that it will, because I don't think the sleeves would add on any width. Here are the edges together, and I can't wrap this. Yeah, it won't go around. So I'm gonna have to make 2 side panels. I hope I have enough yarn for this. I'm gonna have to do like, okay, let me just stitch these together. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, all right, we're getting into our fashion designing moment here. Okay. Your girl's not skinny enough to follow these YouTube tutorials where these girls are like a size small. So, what I'm gonna have to do is I made the front panel, which stretches a bit, but not enough. And then the back panel. And then I'm going to make a panel that'll go like here. And then a panel that'll go here. And then the sleeves. Hopefully I have enough yarn. So I need to measure myself. I hope I'm doing this right, because I'm basically just following my own brain at this point. So I need it to be from like, I'm gonna stretch this as far as it'll go. Okay, from like here to okay, I'm probably gonna make like 2 10-inch panels. Okay. I'm gonna make 2 10-inch panels from like here to here. It'll be a little slouchy too. And then it also needs to be like, it's gonna go down a bit when it gets, and it also needs to be about like 8 or 9 inches long. So I'm just gonna be making a little panel. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could turn it to the side, but then, like this, you mean? But then I'm gonna have to crochet and fix the edges because the edges would look bad here. I mean, yeah, I guess I could do that. And then I could just, okay, that'd be less work. I do like my other idea though. It'd be more work. Okay. I see what you mean though. I could do like or horizontally. Okay, let's see. We're just kind of cooking here. We're just kind of cooking. I feel like a fashion designer right now. Put me in the Devil Wears Prada, bitch. Yeah, because then it could be cropped too, and then I would just have to fix these edges somehow though. Because I did not do very good on the edges there. Did not do very good at all. And then I would have to leave like, how big is my head? I don't know. What am I doing? I do wear like, I wear high-rise pants, so if it's cropped, it is fine. And the skirt that I want to wear it with is also a high-rise skirt. I want to wear it with my long, flowy white skirt. If you guys remember that, I wear it all the time. So it'll be fine cropped. And once I block it, it's honestly probably going to be like the perfect cropped shape. The issue is I'm gonna have to fix these edges because I did terribly on those. Okay, let me pin these edges together. Let's just cook here. Let's try to decide what's the best option here. I think my head is touching the... Okay. Is this coming undone? What is happening here? I don't know what's happening here. That's the thing about knitting too, is like, I don't know. When it comes to knitting, what is normal, what looks normal, and what is messed up? Because I don't knit. So one advantage is to using a knitting machine, that if you're a knitter, you'd be able to tell like if something is wrong. Me as a crocheter, I can't tell the difference between something that looks normal and something that looks wrong. So that's a disadvantage for me just going into this like not knowing knitting at all too. Because I don't even know the terminology for any knitting things. So, which is what I would like to learn this year for sure. There is a gnat flying around. I'm gonna put the prettier edges on my neck. I don't know how big the sleeves are going to be, so I'm just going to do this for right now. Obviously these are going to be like, oh, this might be a little too cropped though. Oh, maybe not. These are going to be like sewn. Hard to do this on yourself. I need one of those mannequins that I can like those, I have a mannequin on my wish list that I want to buy, and I can size it to like the dimensions of my body and then like work on the mannequin instead of having to put it on myself over and over again. So I would like sew them like this, but my boobs, yeah, it's still gonna be too short, I think, because my boobs are like right here. So even with it blocked, it'll be like a little bit under my boobs, but I don't think I want that. So I think I'm gonna do my other method. It's gonna be way more work, but you know what? I'm not gonna apologize for being curvy. I'm not gonna make myself feel bad for not being a size 0 like these other girlies are. And I'm just gonna make some more panels for myself, because you know what, that is okay that I have bigger hips and that I need to do that. Bigger waist. Okay. So let's do this again. I'm honestly I'm kind of having fun, I'm not even gonna lie. What is happening right here too? Is this the same thing that happened on the other side? Are things coming loose? This is the stuff that these are the things that I slip stitched. That does not need to be coming undone. What is happening here? See, I don't know how to fix things like this. Like if it was crochet, I think something's coming undone here. If it was crochet, I would just be like, I would immediately know how to fix an issue. With knitting, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna crochet over the issue. And I could Google it. See, like, things are happening right here that I don't know why they're happening. Like, why are stitches dropping when I already knotted them? What is happening here? Okay. Weird. I like the chair other than the fact that I ate shit earlier and fell. Right before the live stream started, I pressed live. I pressed the go live button and then I went to go sit in my chair and then it got caught under the rug and it flipped backwards and then I hit my ribs and my head on the desk. And then my knee started bleeding. So, other than that, we're doing good. These panels that I'm about to make better work out, or I'm gonna crash out, actually. So I'm gonna make 2 panels that are gonna be 10 inches long and I'm just gonna pin these together too so I can see where and then they need to be like about 10 inches tall. So the sleeves can go here. I really hope I'm doing this right. I literally am not following any type of tutorial. I'm just guessing. Okay. Yeah, if you were like a size extra small or small, then this sweater would fit you perfectly. I'm not one of those. Okay, just right after the color change is where the sleeves are gonna start, which that's actually gonna look really pretty, that where the color change is where the sleeves start, because the sleeves are gonna be a different color too. Well, even the sides are gonna be a different color, so this whole sweater is gonna be very interesting. Okay, got the base down. Got the base. Front is pink and white, the back is tan and white. And then I'm gonna add some panels to the side to make it wider and then add the sleeves. Sleeves are gonna be done last. So I'm just gonna put this over to the side. Get out my new bestie here. This is my girl. What time is it? Okay. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? 4. Like, should I keep live streaming? I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay. My ribs hurt. But I'm okay. My hair clip's like not even holding my hair anymore. I'm so glad that I did not literally crash out, like literally crash my seat out on camera, because I think I would have just ended the live stream as soon as it started. Like, sorry guys, like, bye. Thanks, Jade. Yeah, I'd like to believe I'm an extra small, but I don't even think I've ever been an extra small in my life, so. Because I weighed more in middle school than I do now. Like, I was a very overweight child before I hit puberty, so there was like never any point in my life where I was like, actually, I lied. Senior year of high school, I had an eating disorder, so I was a size 0 then. My prom dress was actually a 00, which is crazy to think about, because at the time I thought I was massive and I was wearing a 00 prom dress. And you guys know prom dresses are like very, very small. Very tight. So I was like, I was way too skinny, but yeah, that was the only time I was really small, was like junior, senior year of high school, I was really, really tiny, but it wasn't because I was healthy. Let's just say that. I would love to be able to finish this sweater on camera, but I am filming the video and I don't really want to spoil like the final result. But you guys are kind of getting like a little sneak peek of the knitting video. I don't think the knitting video will be the next video. The next video is going to be probably the crochet tutorial that I'm going to film on Friday. And then this video will probably be the next one because it's a sponsored video. So yes, here's kind of a sneak peek of what it looks like. I'm gonna post the pictures of the finished sweater and everything over on Patreon and for my YouTube members, so they will see the final result, but you guys won't see the final result until the YouTube video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I had like 100 viewers the entire time, which is absolutely insane. Thank you to my new subscribers. YouTube has been pushing out my videos for some reason, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's also about to storm really bad, so I probably need to turn off my live stream anyway. But thank you guys so much for coming, and hope you have a great week. And yeah. Bye everyone.